Hello there. This is a brief overview of our incident reports and how we fill them out. So to start off, just an overview, the important thing to do, of course, when you're conducting an investigation to do an incident report is to ask a lot of questions, make sure you capture every detail possible, grab witness statements when there are witnesses available. If it's in a facility or an area where there are video cameras, we're asked to review that video and note on the incident report that video was reviewed or no video is available. Include photos. So if someone's hand gets, say an example, someone's hand gets a scrape on it, ask the employee, can I take a quick picture of that, and do that as well. Also, you want to really dive down and get into the root cause of what happened. And root cause is not paying attention. That's not a root cause. Root cause is something else. You've got to really dig deep. Then also I want you to include how we can prevent something like this from happening again. And whether it's that specific event or even something similar, really talk about, well, really we needed to verify, for instance, how people are trained on equipment, not just a particular machine or a piece of equipment that person was using at the time, but equipment in general. So let's look at it in that aspect as well. So just this, you can pull up an example. There is a sample incident report available for you, and please do pull that up. So I'm not expecting you to be able to read all of this, but just a quick overview. That top section that says client information, that's the client, the company, that's their information. And obviously employee information is the employee. Then of course you're getting into the incident detail and really get into that. Don't tell me that they, what happened, it was their hand, which hand, where on the hand. Get into that detail. It was a twist, a strain. Don't give a medical diagnosis. We are not medical professionals. Just describe what happened. And that's what we're doing, is we're describing what happened. And this page, first 3 pages are to be filled out by the onsite or recruiter, all right? This is not the employee filling this part out. So that's a chance for you to give prompting questions, asking the employee what's going on and what happened. The second page, similar thing, again filled out by the on-site recruiter, and you're filling out, did they seek medical treatment? Make sure you put that in there as well. Get in there and talk about what we could do to prevent it, and it talks about, it gives you an opportunity to circle or highlight areas that were appropriate, like, someone was using unsafe posture, something along those lines. Again, there's a body chart here. Do highlight or circle the affected areas. That's really helpful. Sometimes when descriptions aren't detailed enough, which ideally they are, having that sheet, this body part circled, is very helpful. And again, it gives you the opportunity to talk about what can we do, the top portion, to circle or highlight what can be done to prevent this kind of thing from happening again. Okay, and then the 4th page, this is a page filled out by the employee. So this is the employee statement, is for them to be able to put in their words what happened. Does it feel duplicative of what you've already done the first couple of pages? Yes, but that's there by design. More than once we've gotten slightly different versions of the story. Sometimes it fleshes out and gives a fuller picture. In some cases it catches inconsistency. So it's there by design. They need to ask to fill this page out. At the bottom portion, there's a portion where they sign and date that. That needs to be done. We need that signing and dating, acknowledging that. And of course, when you do those first 3 pages, you're doing that in conjunction with them. You're writing that out, and they're acknowledging what you've written down as well. If for some reason you have an employee who's not comfortable writing things down, maybe they're a little shooken up, or maybe just writing things down is not their thing, whatever the case may be, you may do that for them. They still do need to sign. Do write down at the bottom part the interpreter portion. And again, the incident report, there is an English version and a Spanish version. English version, the entire report's the same as the Spanish version with the exception of this one page. The employee statement is either in English or Spanish depending on which version you need, and use the appropriate version, of course. But if you fill that portion out or someone else fills that portion out, then that bottom section should be filled out, basically completed by, right? This page should be pretty self-explanatory. It is a drug test form. Every single incident report should have a drug test. Every single one without exception. Now, if someone needs to, there's an emergency situation, they leave before you can drug screen them. You can request for that to be done at the clinic. If for some reason that's not done, as soon as they return to work or come back, they do need to be drug screened. We drug screen every single person. This last page is a HIPAA form, and this page does need to be filled out and filled out by you, the on-site or recruiter, and signed by the employee. This is acknowledging and giving SMART permission to work on their behalf with the insurance company and medical professionals. We don't get into great medical detail, of course, but that gives us permission. And I think most of you have seen, the medical summaries we get from the different medical providers that we work with, for us to be able to see those, work with those, to have conversations with the employer. Every single incident report needs to have this piece filled out. Lastly, this is just a stock picture that I pulled up. This is on the sample incident report. Take pictures. Don't be afraid to take pictures. They help tell a story, and it really helps give a complete picture, no pun intended, of what's happened. So you definitely want to do that whenever possible. And I encourage you not just to take a close-up of, like in this case, of a foot, a hand, an arm. Take one picture that shows the employee's face as well. So take multiple pictures, maybe have one of the affected area and a larger picture taking in the affected area so that it is showing it is indeed that specific employee. Again, taking pictures where appropriate, and make sure the pictures themselves, of course, are appropriate. All right. So that's it. It's quick and easy. I think most of you are familiar with that. That was a pretty quick rundown. I've also put out written instructions, and there is a sample incident report for you all to look at as well. Please do reach out to me and let me know if you have any questions, comments, suggestions as well. Appreciate your time. Thanks so much.